In Gaza, bread has become a dream, and hunger is now a weapon. Not a slice of bread, not a cup of milk, not even clean water. In Gaza, this is not imagination, it is reality. It is every morning, every night. Mothers are mixing crushed animal feed into dough because flour is gone. Fathers are boiling grass and leaves because vegetables are gone. And still, their children cry. But the crying doesn't last long, because even sorrow runs dry in a place where hunger speaks louder. A mother stares at her child's sunken eyes. She remembers his laughter, soft, bright, innocent. Now his voice is a whisper. His bones press against skin like the pages of a book no one dares to read. She touches his forehead, warm with fever. She listens for breath, counts each one like a prayer. There's dust in the air, thick with silence. A broken toy lies in the corner, its paint faded, wheels missing. Still, he clutches it like it holds the world. Outside, the call to prayer echoes through the ruins. Not many voices answer, but still the call goes on. And somehow, she finds the strength to whisper, "Sleep, my love. Tomorrow, maybe, there will be bread." There is no pain greater than watching your child starve. One mother said, "My baby stopped crying, not because he was full, but because he was too weak." Another tore her scarf to use it as a diaper. One father buried his daughter, who died not by a bomb, but by hunger. Her name was Marwa. She was 6. Her last words were, "Mama, I'm hungry." And then silence. But the silence stayed. It clung to the walls like peeling paint. It settled into the corners of the room where Marwa's tiny shoes still sat, untied, dusty, waiting. The father sometimes still hears her voice, in dreams. Tiny feet running through alleys, her giggle echoing off cracked concrete. He wakes up, and the bed is still empty. He kneels beside where she used to sleep, places his hand on the cold floor, and prays it could warm her one more time. There's the smell of burnt plastic outside. The sky, once a ceiling of stars, is now smudged with ash. And yet, he gets up. He walks to the line for aid. Because Marwa had a little brother, and he's still hungry. And a father's love does not die, even when hope does. When food comes, it's a miracle. But sometimes miracles cost lives. In Rafah, people lined up for flour. Israel opened fire. 800 Palestinians have been killed seeking food. Their crime? Carrying empty bags. Their sentence? Death. A boy stood in that line, 15 years old. He held a torn sack to his chest like a lifeline, his mother's voice still echoing in his ears. "Just bring something, Habibi. Anything." Around him, the crowd murmured prayers. Dust swirled at their feet. Children clung to parents. Eyes darted toward the sky, searching for drones. They had no weapons, only hunger, only hope. Then, a sound like thunder cracked through the silence. Screams, smoke. Bodies fell where bread should have been. The boy, he ran, not away, but forward toward the sack scattered in blood. Because in Gaza, courage is not a choice. It is survival. It is love dressed in defiance. They found him hours later, one hand still clutching flour, the other reaching toward the sky. Children in Gaza no longer dream of toys. They dream of bread. They don't ask for birthdays. They ask for rice. A 10-year-old boy was asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" He said, "Alive." That's all they wish now, to be alive and not hungry. He used to collect marbles, kept them in a rusted tin box under his pillow. Each one had a name, a memory. The red one from his brother, the blue one he won in a street game before the skies turned dark. Now that same tin holds lentils. 5. Just 5. Counted each night like precious treasure. He doesn't cry anymore. Tears are a luxury when your stomach screams louder. His fingers are thin, his dreams even thinner. He watches the sky, not for stars, but to know if it's safe to sleep. Sometimes he whispers to God before bed, "I was good today. Please don't let the planes come." And somehow, in the rubble, in the silence, he still believes that maybe tomorrow he'll wake up full and alive. This is not just war. This is starvation used as a weapon. Food centers bombed, water pipes destroyed, aid blocked, kitchens flattened. Israel is not just fighting with bullets, it is killing with hunger. A slow, invisible death, a genocide through emptiness. In Gaza, a mother boils water just to trick her children's stomachs. She stirs, nothing. The pot is empty, but the motion feels like hope. The scent of ash replaces the smell of bread. Her youngest asks, "Is it ready yet, Mama?" She smiles, faint, forced, and says, "Soon, Habibi, soon." Outside, a line of barefoot children dig through rubble, not for toys, but for crumbs. A broken spoon lies in the dirt, still warm from another child's hand. A memory, not a meal. The air is dry. The wind carries no mercy. Even the birds have stopped singing. And yet, through this silence, through the ache, they endure. Because in Gaza, hunger is the enemy, but dignity is the resistance. They are not dying quietly. They are starving, standing. The world says never again, but here we are, watching Gaza starve, watching children fade into bones, watching silence do what bombs cannot, erase a people without a sound. But you can break that silence, share their story, say their names, refuse to look away. Because they are starving, and the world must feed them, not just with bread, but with justice. A little girl once dreamed of being a teacher. Now she writes her name in the dust because there is no paper left, no school, no dusk, only rubble and memory. A mother folds her scarf like she once folded bread, placing it gently over her child's face, not to shield him from the cold, but from the flies. The scent of death is everywhere, and yet the scent of resistance lingers still. You cannot taste justice, but they are hungry for it. And if the world listens, if you listen, their voices will rise louder than the silence meant to bury them. Because silence kills, but truth feeds. Gaza is starving, not because there is no food, but because it's being kept from them. This is not a famine. It's a siege.